Hello, and welcome back to Pepe News Network. Remember Louisiana Republican Representative Ralph Abraham, the mad lad who brought a House resolution to expel pickled Andy Nancy from Congress? Well, before he brought this wood, he was trying to savagely save this country from the toxic machinations from the swamp. From his website, Abraham, Congress should censure Maxine Waters. You remember, this Maxine Waters.
Already, you have members of your cabinet that have been booed out of restaurants, who have protesters taking up at their house, who saying no peace, no sleep. No peace, no sleep. And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
She's a lovely lady.
June 27, 2018. Press release. Washington, Congressman Ralph Abraham, MD, R. Alto, is calling on Congress to censure Maxine Waters, Democrat California, for urging her supporters to confront and harass members of the Trump administration. Dr. Abraham is an original co-sponsor of Trees 966, which would formally censure Waters for her comments. The resolution was introduced Tuesday evening by Congressman Ralph Norman, RSC. Maxine Waters' comments calling for the harassment of Trump officials is not only uncivilized, it is dangerous. We have seen numerous instances around the country of unhinged liberals lashing out at conservatives because they cannot get over the fact that Donald Trump is the president, Dr. Abraham said. Evidently, Waters is the new radical face of the left. The left will take her words as a call to use intimidation and violence against any who oppose their extreme agenda, knowing that their party leaders have their backs. We cannot allow that behavior to continue, and the House should formally condemn her actions. Trees 966 has 5 other original co-sponsors including Congressman Bob Gibbs, Republican Ohio, Andy Biggs, Republican Arizona, Jeff Duncan, RSC, Glenn Thompson, RPA, and Todd Rokita, Republican Indiana. And let's read the resolution in the House of Representatives. June 26, 2018. Mr. Norman, for himself, Mr. Gibbs, Mr. Biggs, Mr. Duncan of South Carolina, Mr. Abraham, Mr. Thompson of Pennsylvania, and Mr. Rokita, submitted the following resolution, which was referred to the Committee on Ethics. Resolution. In the matter of Maxine Waters. Whereas Benjamin Franklin was quoted saying, "The freedom of speech is the pillar of a free government." Whereas in his first inaugural address, Thomas Jefferson said that, "Every difference of opinion is not a difference of principle." Whereas Abraham Lincoln stated that, "There is no grievance that is a fit object of redress by mob law." Whereas the First Amendment of the Constitution provides for the freedom of speech. Whereas the First Amendment of the Constitution provides for the right to assemble. Whereas Trump administration officials have been targets of recent protests from those who disagree philosophically and politically. Whereas many Trump administration officials and supporters have been denied service in restaurants, targeted at their personal homes, yelled at, spit on, or been victims of hateful speech. Whereas this political climate of disrespect only exacerbates the political divide in America. Whereas, on June 23, 2018, Representative Maxine Waters, CA-43, attended a political rally in Los Angeles. Whereas she publicly denounced the Trump administration and all those who support the administration's agenda. Whereas the Congresswoman told her supporters and all those who disagree with the Trump administration, to push back on them and tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere. Whereas she also said that she has no sympathy for these people. Whereas this rhetoric is dangerous, vile, and lacks basic civility. Whereas Representative Maxine Waters has called for segregation and abuse of those who disagree politically, ideologically, and philosophically from her and her supporters. Whereas all public officials should honor the values of free speech by encouraging debate, not condoning hatred. Whereas Article I, Section 5, Clause 2 of the Constitution states that, each House may punish its members for disorderly behavior, and whereas the words and actions of Representative Maxine Waters constitute disorderly behavior, now, therefore, be it resolved, that 1. The House of Representatives does censure and condemn Representative Maxine Waters for her intolerable response to the policies of the Trump administration on June 23, 2018, for her quest for hostility and violence, and for her uncivilized remarks about President Trump, officials of his administration, and those who support his administration. 2. Representative Maxine Waters forthwith present herself in the well of the House for the pronouncement of censure, and 3. Representative Maxine Waters be censured with the public reading of this resolution by the Speaker.
Once again, what a lovely person. For all of us at Pepe News. Good night. God bless. And as always, where we go one, we go all.
And with this kind of inspiration, I will go and take Trump out tonight.